Happy fall! Today's yoga session is going to celebrate the mountains and the crispness to the air. Join me with some active standing poses and we'll get warm and toasty and feel ourselves be a little more grounded and centered. Hi! We're going to start out today honoring the mountains. So let's find ourselves in a standing position, and we're going to work on grounding our feet with all four corners of our feet together. So take your feet, bring your toes touching, your heels slightly apart, and a gentle bend in your knees, and draw yourself grounding up straight and tall like a mountain. Now bring your awareness to your feet. So why don't you raise up your toes and lift them up and find yourself pressing onto the ball joint of your big toe, and then bringing the awareness to the outer foot and lowering your toes. And as you do that, you can find yourself like you're making a mud print in the mud, so that your feet and weight are evenly distributed within your feet and between the 2 feet. You want the mud print, that footprint in the clay, to be nice and even. Then bring the awareness into your heels so that all of your weight is evenly and still distributed. Once we are grounded with our root and our mountain, we'll bring our awareness up our legs, soft, gentle bend in the knees, strength coming up the legs, and feel the pelvis bowl tilt slightly down so that your bowl is level around your hips. Draw your tailbone down a little bit as you find the strength and length come up your spine, all the way up into your neck, which is an extension of your spine. Find that awareness drawing from your feet all the way up to the crown of your head, and just take a moment to notice how that length feels. Then become aware of your breath, and the breath will be the key to finding the stillness of a solid mountain. Your breath can be whatever it feels like, whatever feels wonderful for you today. It could be slow and steady, or it could be more of a strengthening and a pranayama. But you'll find yourself becoming light and grounded. Bring your awareness to your hands, the energy in your hands and your fingertips. You might be aware of some energy just tingling in your fingertips and in your toes. And then you can close your eyes and see if you can find just a moment in a complete breath cycle of stillness. And this time, empty completely on this next exhale. Bend your knees slightly, and with the inhale, let's slow motion, raising our hands up with the stillness of a glacier creeping up, the snow line creeping up the mountain. And then holding our breath and exhaling while we're up here, shoulders drop down. Inhaling our face up to the sky. Exhaling, the fingertips float down like the flakes of snow that soon will be coming. Again, inhale extra slow. Stopping in this cross position in your T. Exhaling. Inhaling, continuing, the hands raising above the head. And And exhale, strong arms, shoulders come down the back. Inhaling up, face to the sky. Coming up on your toes. And exhaling slowly down, bending your knees. This time we'll inhale up, continuing to bend the knees. The hips go back into a chair. I'm going to turn sideways. Come back into a chair. You don't have to have your hands straight up. They can be towards the front of the room. And then plug your arms into your sockets of your shoulders so that your chest opens. And sink a little deeper, drawing energy in from your grounded feet to the hips going back a little more. Inhale up, all the way to the toes, and exhale down to the T. Let's inhale up again. And this time, up on your toes, try to stay on your toes playfully. You may or may not be able to do it. I may be able to not do it. And exhale down. And exhale your hands back while you're bending your knees, and we'll come to hummingbird. So hummingbird is a little bit like a chair on your toes with your arms back. And you may tremble, you may wobble, you may find stillness. You may vibrate and thrum like a little hummingbird. Plug those elbows in and your chest opens, and sink down a little deeper like you're going to take a sip from a flower. And then exhale back up onto your toes and down, grounding, heart, hands to heart. Now we're going to do some more standing poses. We're going to do a wide-legged twist first. So step wide on your mat, hands going to either side, out in that T position. And we'll inhale up. And then exhale, forward fold, halfway down, hands on your waist, drawing strength as you engage your abdominal muscles, bending the knees slightly to protect your back, coming forward to that forward fold. And while you're here, we'll put your left hand down between your legs or reaching towards the ground in front of you, and the right hand gets twisted up to the sky. And a standing forward twist, wide-legged. Take a deep breath and enjoy the sensation of a gentle twist, being kind to yourself. Your shape will look like whatever you need to be to protect your back. Now again, bend your knees, engage in those abdominal muscles, come to center, hands on your knees. And then we'll switch right hand to the ground. Left hand can either be on your lower back or all the way up to the sky. Feeling your spine grow long, and if you want to gaze up or gaze to the wall to your left, dropping the right shoulder down, left shoulder and hand up to the sky or lower back. Then bend your knees, coming back into a wide-legged, what we'll call a horse position, like you're straddling a horse, you're bending your knees, and you're finding strength in your quads here. Your hands can come out and then up, almost like a cactus arm. And I can imagine a little gentle bounce, a little bit gentle strength, and then we'll have a right foot up, left foot up, continuing with the right and the left. And if you're feeling brave, you may get both feet up or you may not. And down, and then inhale all the way up and exhale back down. We'll do a slightly different twist this time. From our wide-legged T position here, or hands on your hips superhero position, we're going to Going to take our left arm and bring it over to our right foot in a cross-legged twist, or right ankle, or right calf, wherever feels comfortable. And then extend out, feeling your spine grow long. That right arm reaching to the ceiling and left arm back at your ankle. Exhale, twist a little more. Inhale, hand up, and exhale to center and roll up on those toes, down into your horse again. And we'll find some strength here. Actually, this is sometimes known as goddess pose. But if you're in your children's story mode, it can be a little horse. You can sway your horse from left to right as you feel a little stretch in your side body. And then extend your legs and reach that right hand across the body towards your left foot. And we'll stretch out the opposite side. You can look up or back. Exhale with a loud sound. Now walk your hands back to center while you're still in your forward fold, and let your head sink towards the floor. You can support yourself with your hands, with your feet. And you can sway a little bit, loose neck, loose shoulders, loose face. And then, since you can't see me maybe, inhale and do an exhale with your tongue out in a lion's breath. You have to roar a little bit. One more time with a big inhale and exhale that tongue out, scrunch up your face. And then come on up, rolling up into a standing pose. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of plank and lunge just to get our hips healthy and strong today. So we'll turn facing the top of your mat, and going to bring our hands to our heart, and we'll come back up. Hands overhead, sink down into your chair one more time, getting some strength in your quads as you extend through that spine long. Inhale up, exhale all the way down, keeping your legs generously bent, draping your belly over your thighs if you can, shaking out your head in a nice forward fold, soft, easy bend of the knees. Soft shoulders, soft face. Then we're going to come back into plank. So step back with your left foot and step back with your right foot. And then we are going to feel some strength as we extend our legs behind us and draw our tummy and belly button up to meet our spine. Our heart raises a little bit in our chest to protect our shoulders. And then dropping your knees down, we'll come down to the ground, up into a little belly, raising our belly up and our chest up in a gentle, soft cobra. And down, exhale. Inhale, pushing up on your knees to warm up our shoulders. And then we'll come back to plank. And again, straightest plank that you can. And then continue raising your hips to a down dog. You may want to walk your hands and feet together a little bit and find some strength as your hip bones raise toward the ceiling and your head settles in between your elbows and you soften that neck. Being gentle to your wrist, press into your fingertips to help protect that wrist. Just enjoy the sensation of this nice, lovely down dog. And you might want to bend your knees a little and walk your heels. We're going to get ready to bring our right foot forward into a forward fold lunge. So we'll have a lunge for our hips. Straighten that back leg if you want, or leave it on the ground. Hands to either side of your right foot. Bring your nose forward and look ahead of you. And a wonderful lunge. And then we'll get ready and we'll step back into another plank. Finding some strength. And raising up. If you feel comfortable this time, lower all the way down or use your knees. And hover just a little bit. Hover. And then come belly to the ground. Raising your chest up into a gentle, a little bit higher cobra. Elbows draw back. Neck is long. Exhale your forehead down and press with your hands to either side of your shoulder. Up, slowly up into another plank. All the way up into a down dog. And make this your best down dog. Feel a lovely stretch in your side body as you bring your hips side to side. Just stretch on the right, stretch on the left. And settle in, protecting those wrists. Now we're going to bring our right foot forward into a lunge. Again, knee can stay down or knee can be up. If your right leg is straight, just really energize it by pressing back through your heels and finding a nice deep breath to sink into this a little deeper. This time we'll step back into one more plank. We'll hold. And then lower as slow as you can, slowly down. Hover, and then all the way down. Hands to under your cheek to the right side, and just melt for a moment here. And then come back up into hands and knees. Pushing up into a down dog. And then walking your hands towards your feet. So you're somewhere in your mat. Your toes are touching. Your head is bowed towards your feet in a forward fold. Exhale everything out. And inhale, rolling up. Slowly and deliberately stacking the spine. Raising the hands overhead and back down to heart center. And we'll turn so that you're in another wide-legged position here on your mat, straddling your mat. And we're going to do triangle. So take your right foot and turn it towards parallel with your mat, and the left heel drops back a little bit so that you're in a, your hips come towards the center and you're getting ready for triangle. So hands are out in that T position. Inhale a deep breath, exhale, bring yourself like there's a wall behind you and you're sliding along the wall and you're just keeping your back towards it as your left shoulder presses against that wall, and you reach, and then wherever you are, drop your hand down, your right hand to your right leg, and if you want, you can keep your left hand back to your lower back to keep your awareness opening through your chest, or you can raise that left hand all the way up to the ceiling. And we're in a regular triangle. You may be able to use a block here to support yourself, or just keep yourself supported with your hand on the ground or on your ankle. As you breathe, you may sink a little deeper. I haven't done a triangle in a long time. It feels wonderful. You may want to extend your hand all the way over your head and look up towards the ceiling if you can. And then exhale and inhale back up. So engaging your abdominal muscles, protecting your back, inhaling up. Turning both feet to the center. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale to heart center. We'll turn our left foot and right heel drops back. Left foot is parallel with the mat now. Our hips are facing forward, hip points facing forward. So we feel this rotation in our thighs to get our feet strong. Hands out to get ready for our triangle. Inhale, exhale, come forward. Remember that wall behind us. We're just keeping our back, our right shoulder pressed against the wall. And we come forward, and drop the left hand wherever it is. Doesn't have to be on the ground. Right hand can be behind you to remind you to open up and protect your lower back. Or you can keep the strength in your abdominal muscles, raising your hand up. Whoa, you may feel a little gravity wave come in. Just playfully enjoy it. If you fall, it's okay at any point. And then exhale a little more. Inhaling, exhaling, using the breath and opening up through your chest, through your arms. Exhale completely, and on the inhale, use your strength to bring yourself back up. Feet together, and then heel toe, a little dance, a little do-si-do. Hands to your heart. We have to be a little playful sometimes to enjoy ourselves. Every day will be different, and so every time will be different. Well, we're just going to do one more pose today, and that is our frog. So frog to crow. We're on an animal theme today. So we've gone from hummingbird, and now we're going to settle on down. So face forward if you want. Bring your legs as wide as the mat, maybe a little wider. Come on down if you can to a squat, little froggy squat here. And hands can go in front of you if you can. And then find yourself trying to open up straight. Maybe push a little bit through your prayer position of your hands. And then if your heels are up, that's okay. Be where you are with your body. Hands can come forward. We'll try a little plain crow. So you want to make sure you protect your wrists, and the trick is to bring your knees as high up as you can on your elbows towards your armpits, and then just rock forward up on your toes and squeeze your legs in and feel your hands protected. You could bring one foot up, other foot up. You can try for both feet up, and then just squeeze to balance. Lengthen through your spine. Just come up and down as long as you can. And then back. You can try it a couple times if you want. Just building some strength. And back. And here we are at the end of our practice. We're going to do a little counter stretch. A little fish pose. So sit with your legs out in front of you nice and tall. Hands go back, and then this is a modified fish, arch up, just to open up and counter stretch from that little frog. Hands can come up and down, shoulders rolling. And I think we are about done with our celebration of the mountains, the animals in the mountains, and of the coming of the fall. So we're going to just sit here comfortably. and cross-legged position. And find yourself settling down after those energetic poses. Filling yourself with air and letting your shoulders sink down as you just settle in. And find a little stillness. That's what we all need. A little grounding. Bringing those hummingbirds back to earth. Gently bring your hands to your heart center. Breathe in and out. May you find kindness, compassion, and joy. And all that you think, hands to your forehead. All that you say, hands to your lips. And all that you do, hands to your heart. Namaste.